the Hades-bound brain. In the endless dark of their dimension, the DeSadists waited. They had waited for centuries, their patience forged in iron and blood. Before them shimmered the gateway. Within it they could see into the earthly plane, where sat the Grief Complexus, a puzzle box of brass and bone, its shifting faces promising exquisite torment to any mortal who solved it. Snapper flexed his hands, iron bear traps that clanged shut with every twitch. Iron Maiden loomed beside him, a vast woman whose ribcage opened like a spiked maw, promising embraces that would shred flesh from bone. The Impaler leaned on his weapons, a spike taller than a man, balanced with a hammer heavy enough to drive it through stone. The wheel creaked endlessly, rolling in circles, its spokes forever ready to break bodies upon its rim. Long ago, the Grief Complexus was revered, a crown jewel of torment and despair. Kings and queens trembled before it, their courts echoing with the cries of those ensnared by its cruel riddles. The DeSadists were once heralded as divine arbiters of suffering, their names whispered in fear and awe across realms. They had welcomed curious souls regularly, their domain echoed with the screams of the tormented and their own mocking laughter. Recently, things had got a bit quiet, boring in fact. They still spoke in voices of ritual horror, but the mortals did not listen. They watched through the veil as mortals passed it by. A child approached and picked it up. Yes, yes, open the box. Soon you will know the pinnacle of pain, whispered Iron Maiden, her vast ribcage opening like a spiked trap. The DeSadists leaned forward, hooks and spikes, trembling with anticipation. The boy turned it twice. Yes, yes, turn it again. The gateway awaits. Then he tossed it aside and switched on his Game Boy. Snapper clanged his bear-trap hands in fury, the sound echoing like broken applause. The wheel rolled in circles, spokes creaking, sulking in eternal readiness. The Impaler hefted his spike and hammer, muttering, "Open the damn box already!" The mortals were distracted. They scrolled glowing screens, swiped left or right, flipped through mindless short videos, played games that required no thought. The Grief Complexus sat untouched, gathering dust. Snapper speaks through his iron teeth. "Where is our mystic enigma key now? It once sat in king's chambers, on viziers' desks, studied by the wise and the reckless alike. Now it lies in something the mortals call a flea market, a place of forgotten treasures and discarded curiosities." And so they waited, eternal and obsolete, watching the Grief Complexus gleam faintly in the mortal world, whispering promises no one cared to hear. The mortals were too distracted, too shallow, and quite frankly too pin-headed to solve the puzzle.